Proving to be one of the most contentious issues in America, immigration reform. What do you do with the millions here illegally? These demonstrations in California want action to put 12 million illegal immigrants on the road to citizenship, but others don't want any program that allows amnesty of any kind. For more on all of this, we're joined by Deborah Notkin of the American Immigration Lawyers Association and MSNBC analyst Pat Buchanan. Thank you both for being with us.
Morning, Amy.
So, Pat, what do you make of this so-called Z visa? It's been proposed it would allow immigrant workers to pay or to apply for 3-year work permits without granting them permanent residence or citizenships. Do you think that that's striking the balance?
No, I think many of the illegal aliens and the groups who represent them aren't going to accept that because of the $3,500. And with regard to President Bush, I think he's really broken his pick here, Amy. There is no crisis of people in this country illegally that we've got to do something for them. What we got to do is stop the continuing invasion across the border, enforce the laws, and this problem will resolve itself. Politically, the Democratic Party in the House, I do not believe, is going to commit ritual suicide by endorsing the president's program, which is de facto amnesty.
Well, Deborah, let me ask you this, because the president is expected to stress that there needs to be 4 elements within any immigration bill he sees on his desk before he'll let it pass. He wants more border security, better enforcement of immigration laws in the interior, a temporary worker program, and resolving without amnesty and without animosity the status of millions of illegal immigrants who are here currently. What do you make of the president's plan? Is it plausible?
Well, the concepts that those 4 things have to be done, including giving people here who have jobs and are producing a path to legalize themselves, are sound. I believe his plan isn't as workable as a bipartisan bill that's been put in Congress that's called the Strive Act that would add border enhancements to enforce our borders, employer verifications, as well as an ongoing temporary worker program and a path to legalization for those who have jobs and can pay taxes and a fine. I think it's a more realistic way to go. You know, the amnesty word has been misused a lot. The mistake that we made with amnesty the last time around is that we didn't then create a legal visa to bring in lesser skilled workers when they're needed to fill jobs that can't be filled by Americans. And the 4-part plan can do that. This is not an amnesty. This is a legalization of some who are producing. DHS, even DHS says that we're not going to deport 12 million people, so we have to have a solution.
All right, let's let Pat jump in.
Look, if you legalize people who have broken the law, broken into your country, and are breaking the law by being here, and you say we're going to put you on a path to citizenship, that is amnesty. My opponent here talks about the need for these workers. We found out by a Heritage Foundation study that every person, legal or illegal immigrant, who comes in here without a high school education, pays about $10,000 a year in taxes, and consumes $32,000 a year in public services. We have a massive law-breaking on our border. That is the problem. Why would you honor a lawbreaker with a citizenship of the United States for which people have striven all their lives simply because they succeeded in eluding our border patrol?
Not having a solution when it's been said they can't be deported is not a way to do it. Also, Pat, I have to refer you to the Office of Texas Controller, who, as a border state, indicated that there's actually been a net in terms of money and taxes that these foreign nationals paid as against the resources that they take up. Also, I'll tell you something about the Heritage Foundation. Their surveys bloat the number of people that could come here legally. They said we're going to have 210 million people coming here, which was 70 million more people than are in Mexico and Central America alone.
Look, with due
Their
respect,
surveys are really,
all right,
really
I'll let Pat
flawed.
quickly respond.
Look, we got 36 million immigrants in the country. 12 to 20 million of them are here illegally. What they're saying is, if you give an amnesty, the whole world's going to come here. The one thing Bush is doing well now, or a little better, is we've cut down the mass immigration on our border from 1.5 million apprehensions every year to an average now of about 800,000. That is the way to go. Stop the invasion, Punish the employers, hire illegals, and the problem will solve itself. We don't need another amnesty.
All right, Pat Buchanan and Deborah Notkin, we appreciate it. Thank you.